Welcome to another episode of Pitstop Fracas. I'm your host Mahad, and today we'll be reviewing the Hungarian Grand Prix. 14 races in, many a pod, and we're finally at summer break, but we got left with a bit of a banger race. I think it's a semi-banger, but Hungary always produces. I'm here with Richard. How we doing, bro?
I'm all good, bro. I'm all good. Yeah, definitely a fascinating race. Yet again, more controversy as well. But yeah, Hungary's already always a banger, to be honest with you. So yeah, let's get into it, man.
Yeah, man. Before we get started, follow us on all socials. First, follow us on X or Twitter, whatever they call it. Follow us on YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like and subscribe. If you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, please give it a like, give it a follow, and share with friends, share with people, and give us a nice 5-star review. We'll get started firstly with Quali. This was an interesting qualifying session because it kind of looked like it was going to go one way at the beginning, and there's going to be a whitewash with the McLarens, and then Q3 came around, and a running theme of this season, I think, has been McLaren letting other drivers just get their highlight package of the year. You know what I'm saying? And this time it was Charles Leclerc. What did you think of Quali? What stood out to you? And what did you think of Q3?
Well, Quali was quite a fascinating qualifying, to be honest with you. I'm sorry. We had Lewis go to Q2, clinically depressed, starting P13. Shaw doing up here double, getting pole, and even then being surprised. I think he even said this is one of his. I don't know if he said it's one of his worst poles ever, or one of his most surprising. To be fair, so that kind of says it all. And then we had McLaren basically showing their trump card. We finally found out their weakness. And, we've had all this, tire water nonsense, other speculation as to why this plan's so good. We found out it's a bit of tornado on the Karnaki. That's it. Because how was it on Q3, yeah? So they've set the runs, yeah, cool. And then the second run of Q3, they're like 4, 5 temps down on the lap. And you're like, I even double checked to see if they had used softs on. They actually had new softs on for the second run in Q3. So you think it's a half second both cars? That don't make no sense. And we found out I think they were losing like 10 kph on the straights or something like that because of the wind direction. So yeah, it was steady weird qualifying, to be honest. We had Max, I think he qualified, what was it, P8 as well, to be fair. We had the two Aston Martins and the Saab in front of him, really and truly. Yeah, it was probably weird qualifying, man, honestly, because I was ready to say to myself, okay, is this another McLaren bottle where they've done the synchronized thing like they did in Japan, and then there's a surprise person on pole, like it was with Max in Japan? And I don't know if you can blame the drivers for this, because at least Oscar said he kind of did he didn't do no mistakes. He done the best what he could do, and the data saying they were losing time, they were slowing on the straights. Then I guess that's a card issue, really and truly. But I know, Mahad, you're staying granddad. You don't like excuses. You're like, you tweet every quality session, I'm sick of this shit. Strike 10, rated 10, all that shit. I hate it. So for me, I was ready to call the McLaren drivers out and say, hey, I think this is not a bottle, but unfortunately, I don't think it is.
You know what, yeah? I know the weaknesses of this car, yeah. I'm aware of like straight line speed is a problem. You know what I'm saying? DRS barely works. You know what I'm saying? So people talk about, how this is a rocket ship, whatever. Yeah, it is a rocket ship, was on. If they're front running, if they're in the lead and they can sail off into the distance, if you put that car in midfield, they'll be fighting for their lives to overtake cars because of the whole drag situation in the DRS. But I think for qualifying, this is a new one, because if you saw their times in Q2, they were long gone. If you compare their Q3 time to their Q2 times, insane the amount of time that was dropped, right? And both of them just said the car felt completely weird. It just felt weird. And even they went slower on their second Q3 runs, and they thought their second Q3 runs were better than their first. And they didn't even beat it. So clearly something was a bit fishy. Me personally, I don't know, man. I'm stern in it. So does a better driver just clock these conditions and be like, oh yes, maybe I have to drive a little bit different, the wind's blowing in a different direction. But if the car is really sensitive to wind, yeah, I saw some evidence after that. At the time, you know me, man. I'm bringing out the stick, bro.
Staying African parents.
I'm not playing, bro. Don't fuck around. You know what I'm saying? You're giving Leclerc highlight packages. I've had enough. But Leclerc's the one that kept it on our island, did his thing, man, and put it all together. And we know about Leclerc and qualified. This is
This is bad.
You know,
First of all, the season. Yeah.
But his teammate out in Q2. What's your thoughts on that one? Welcome, Kwame. We'll get to you in a minute. We'll get to you in a minute,
mate. With Lewis, yeah. Especially with his interview after quali as well. We might have to have some awkward conversations, man. My goal, it might be time, bro. It might be time. I hate to say it. I do want to wait for next year's regulations before I fully put that out there, but yeah, it's not looking good. If your teammate's on pole and you can't even get to Q3, and he's clearly saying, look, change the drivers, man. Like, this, it ain't good enough. Like, he obviously wears his heart on the sleeve. That's fair. But this is... I know it's a new team. He's 40 years of age. He's trying to get used to stuff. But at the bare minimum, get to Q3. At the bare minimum, man. Do you know what I'm saying?
You got 9 poles on the track.
He knows his track. Bro, his last pole was at the track 2023. Yeah, 2023. When one of his better seasons, to be fair. And I was surprised pole. So it's not like you don't know the track. This is one of his best tracks. But even still, he just couldn't get it together. But yeah, it's not looking good, man. I'll be honest with you. I'm scared for the rest of the season, bro. I really am. Like, I need a cheeky win somewhere, like we got Silverstone last year. Cheeky win somewhere, Qatar, Abu Dhabi, Qatar, somewhere, bro. Just something to uplift the mood. Because he's depressed right now, bro. This isn't good, bro. You know, some of us are still screaming, oh, you'll get number 8. If my man's saying change the drivers, but bloody Dino Bogdanovic, whoever they got the points, it's not looking good, bro. I'll be honest with you, it's not. So I don't know.
Have you ever heard of a driver saying change the driver?
No.
I don't think I ever heard that.
No. We've heard drivers be depressed. We never hear this driver say, sack me now or swap me out. That is crazy, bro.
So we put a poll out on the account, yeah, because there are other drivers that are depressed, yeah. Obviously, we know about Lando Norris and stuff like that, yeah. We say Lando Norris and Hamilton can go ban for ban, yeah. But I ain't heard Lando say that. Lewis is winning. Lewis put more racks on the table, bro. Because that's crazy to say, yeah, put another driver in the car, whatever. Yeah. Kwame, have you ever seen this? And they kind of translated from qualifying to the race as well. The performance wasn't good.
It did. I mean, I've had these conversations before. I put them out there. Should we have uncomfortable conversations with Lewis? But I've been told, hey, push back, hold back. You know, I've been telling this weekend updates as well. And, you know, they're going to cook. I saw the other driver in the car cook, but not him. So I'm a bit shook. But listen, I'm going to wait till the rest of the season. We're now halfway. I'm going to see if there's any improvements from Lewis. But so far, these past 2 weekends, it's not looking good. I mean, what we saw China in the sprint race is looking at quite far distance away. So, again, I understand, you know, new car, new team, new engineers, but we are now reaching, we are now it's on break now. So, when your teammate is there, you know, getting pole, you're there, trying to get into Q, it's looking a bit squeaky still. And with the press conferences here, it's something I usually hear like a manager's. I think he's putting a lot of pressure on himself. I think that's the issue. He's putting a lot of pressure on himself because I feel like in his eyes, he now came into this team to get them back to where they were back in the Schumacher days. You know, you've had Vettel, you've had Alonso, you've had Raikkonen and Massa to a certain degree. These men try to get chips and it hasn't worked out for them. So what Raikkonen did, but you know my point. They haven't been that team since 2004. So I think he's got a lot of rain in his shoulders. He's thinking that, boom, I have to get number 8 with these guys. I have to get them back. And obviously now, probably comparing himself to Mercedes as well, or McLaren even, because there are rumors that he could have gone to them or stayed as well. He's probably looking like this is on me sort of thing, which he shouldn't do per se. But I think just his character, Lando's quite similar. He's very down himself. Where whenever it goes wrong, he always says, "It's my fault." So I think it's just their personas rather than. Yeah, but it's something you see with managers. It's something you see with managers and team principals. That's what you tend to see, not drivers.
I'll play devil's advocate here. Isn't something going on in the background of Ferrari that's causing this? Clearly, we saw Leclerc's performance that he's going back and forth with the pit wall. They're doing something dodgy over there that's not supposed to be doing. Obviously, your reference point is going to be a teammate, but regardless, is all things good in Maranello, Richard?
It doesn't seem to be the case, no, because when Lewis basically hinted in one of his interviews that just the stuff going on in the background, he kind of alluded to, but he didn't explain further. There's that, and then there's Charles doing a mini crasher over the radio. Like, you know when a man's chatting so long, half your screen is just full of Charles.
It went off the screen, bro. What his radio transcript went off the screen, bro.
Hey, that was a Kwame paragraph right there, man. That was a Kwame one. You know, that's what we saw live on, man. That's what we saw live on. Hey, that's what we saw, man.
Kwame Leclerc.
Kwame Leclerc, bro. Kwame graph, you know. That's the name of the podcast.
That's the thing I was saying to Kwame as well. Every time we're chatting, he gives you your Kwame podcast. Say Kwame graph, man.
That's what Leclerc did, man. I swear down.
Yeah. So for both, getting back to Hamilton, he's probably not used to maybe an environment that's very unstable and very political. I don't think Mercedes is very corporate, but like bloody Ferrari sounds like his bloody House of Lords, House of Commons. Shit's going on in the background, man. And he's adjusting to a new country, adjusting to a new team, adjusting to a new car, and I think he's just feeling overwhelmed. I'll be honest.
I think
he's probably go on, Carl.
No, I was about to say how so Mercedes, everything kind of runs down with Toto. Obviously, Mercedes own a share of the team, but Toto owns his third. He's the team principal. You know, he's kind of the main guy for leads down from him, and then in sense of a lot of things was Hamilton and Gorilling as well on that team. So yeah, that at McLaren again at his time there, it was mainly one Dennis won the shit. Martin McMarsh as well, but again, Hamilton was the golden child, so a lot of things kind of came through as well. So it's a different environment in Ferrari where, like I said, a lot of politics, a lot of he said, she said sort of thing going on in the background. That's always changing. Especially they've got Leclerc there, who is their golden child, who is their young gun. I think that's definitely going to impact and influence things and how it goes on there.
Yeah, Richard was going to say something.
Yeah, no, he's probably asking for stuff in the background and then he's just getting ignored. I think that's maybe just building on his frustration, and there's probably a direction that Charles wants to go in as well, and he's getting ignored too. But then again, I also kind of wondered that, is this an issue where they're telling Vasseur this, and then Vasseur's like, yeah, I patented it, and so getting patented, or is this even going above Vasseur for whatever reason? And they're just hiring incompetent people. That's the way they're asking for certain stuff to get done, and these men are just freestyling, just whipping up dummy or pasta rather than just whipping up a competent suspension. I don't know until one of these men spilled the tea. We're just doing guesswork, aren't we? Because Ferrari's quite private when it comes to certain things. To be honest with you, we've seen when he was moving illegal back in 2019. We don't even know what the FIA hit them with. It's probably a slap on the wrist, but we don't know if them man said 50 mil fine he had up. We don't know, and we're probably never going to know. So, yeah, we don't know what's going on in the background until one of these men let the cat out the bag. We're just going to have to do guesswork, and we're just going to have to see Ferrari be quick 1 minute and probably illegal, then be slow another minute, and then incompetent strategy. So, yeah, same old Ferrari. That's all I can say.
We'll talk about the legality of the Ferrari later on and certain snitches in the paddock. But, I think with Hamilton, I would say he's not washed yet. I've got a very, very good washed radar. I don't think he's washed yet. in 2023, he absolutely smoked Russell. He schooled him. Yeah. And in 2024, he already handed in his notice at the beginning of the season. So if I hand in my notice at work and I know I'm going so wrong, I ain't gonna perform. I don't care. You think I'm not gonna? I don't need to do my job. I've got another job. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, he's trying now, but it's an adaptation phase. I don't think ground cars suit him. Let's see how next year goes. If it's techie next year, then we'll circle back and have this discussion. But for now, I'm just gonna give him a black this year. You know what I mean? You go through what you need to go through adaptation wise. If he all of a sudden in the summer break says, "Yeah, I'll come back next year," let Behrman drive in the seat for the rest of the year. That's a red flag. You better drive, bro. Because I'm hearing suggestions that he might just take the rest of the year off and then come back next year. I don't think that's a good idea. Because once you get out of that car, you ain't getting back in it, bro.
Yeah, if Behrman's a cook as well, then it just makes things extra awkward, doesn't it?
That's a Mika Hakkinen sabbatical. He ain't coming back, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even them retirement, just I'll come back soon. Man ain't coming back, bro. But yeah, Hamilton will be back next year. This year, I'm not expecting anything. I'll be honest. I'll move on to the race start. Charles Leclerc on pole alongside Piastri, then Norris and Russell on row behind. Verstappen all the way back in 8th. We will speak about Verstappen later, but Red Bull, blood of my enemies on the ground. I love it. Race start. Richard, what was your thoughts on the race start?
Race start. Most people at the front, first few rows, everyone got away pretty much soundly. But from one key indicator, there's one key indicator, and that is that Belgian youth, Lando Norris. Why is he going from 3rd to 5th and then getting rewarded with that bottle of a star late in the race? Why? Why does he keep getting away with it, bro? I'm sick to death of this shit, bro. Why? How is man able to, not even to move too far forward in the pod, how is man getting rewarded for being shit at the start? Why? Why are you even fumbling to, who do you fumble to? Russell and Alonso. Why? That's not good enough. It's not good enough. He shouldn't. It's like he doesn't know he's in a title battle. I don't know how to explain it, but he keeps doing this shit and getting away with it. The amount of mistakes, we could do a montage of mistakes that he's done this year, and I'll hit 10 minutes, bro. I went only 14 races in. Like, how is this guy 9 points off Piastri? Why? This doesn't make sense to me. And people are saying, "Oh, this is one of the shittest title races I've ever seen." I can't agree with it. We can't, it is. Because you got my one who's doing 20 mistakes a race. Somehow being 9 points behind Piastri. Why? I know Piastri's done a few mistakes here, so we're not going to talk about him now. But, bro, I'll rant about him later on. But yeah, the race start was sound, apart from my man being shit. That's all I'll say on this subject at the moment. Kwame, you go, bro.
But I was about to say his race reminded me of that Blassie P1 Kamari comp. So I know someone's got the comp, of all the disaster class stuff that he done this race, but at the end of the day, you got the job done. But no, I definitely agree. I was surprised by Leclerc's start, to be fair. Leclerc had a very strong start. I thought that Piastri or Norris would get him, but he was straight away into the first 2 corners. Piastri was behind him, and then Lando, I don't know what Lando was trying to do, in all honesty. I felt like I saw him drive off. He swerved. I remember he swerved from the left to the right, trying to overtake, but then he broke very early into the corner.
I'm watching it right now.
Into the corner.
I'm watching it in slow motion. So, off the line, Oscar's the slowest off the line.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. Like, Lando's faster Oscar off the line.
Then Lando's back near, basically side by side with him. Then he kind of like gets boxed out by Oscar, and then
The
other two man overtake him.
Yeah. So,
but why would he not think that he's going to get boxed up?
And why is he trying to go into the inside of Oscar as well?
Yeah,
he clocked Oscar had a slow start. Yeah, so he's like, let me just try and get around this guy. Let me go on the inside. I'm watching this right now. Yeah,
but he was on the outside.
Oscar's like, Oscar basically put man in the pit lane.
Cast him in. Yeah.
So he's like, I have to either clock Oscar or get overtaken by.
Or break early.
Or break early, and he decided to break early.
No.
So if he was really a rider, he'd clock Oscar there.
But he's not.
Yeah, if you say so, yeah.
He's not a good man.
It's his heart not in it though. I mean, if you're bad though, I mean, what did Sanders say? You know,
David Coulthard did that to Mika Hakkinen in Austria, 1998. Just say, fuck it, let me clock this guy.
That's a couple conversations though. If David Coulthard's got the heart, yeah, but you're not you, then
David Coulthard's got balls, man. That's one thing I'll give him. But yeah, race start was either crash or get dunked on, and he decided to get dunked on. So yeah, not a good start.
It worked out in the end, innit? So fair enough to
him. Yeah, but okay, let's talk about this. Let's talk about the race. If I've even got one for race, sorry, mates. Yeah, Richard, talk to me about this first stint and how this played out, because Ferrari looked quick. What was you thinking? Do you think at the beginning was you thinking Charles might win this?
Unfortunately, yeah. Because he was keeping like a good 2-3 second buffer, at least for the first stint. And then I thought, okay, this Ferrari's got pace. Like, I didn't see this coming. And I thought, okay, maybe Oscar's managing a bit because, you know, there's not really any reason to push. He's not really getting any threats from behind and whatnot, to be fair. And of course, what came was the juxtaposition, if you will, because Oscar was, I'm trying to get the timeline right as well. So I think Tom started Oscar, do you want to try a one stop? And then I think Oscar said, it's ambitious. And then a few laps later, after he pitted, Oscar then queried again and said, shall we try a one stop? And then Tom was like, it's a bit techie still, sort of thing. But yeah, the box Oscar to basically overtake Charles on lap 18, and then Charles puts a lap later, and then the undercut doesn't work for Oscar. So you kind of think to yourself, okay, was he not close enough? Like, what the fuck? Failed undercut. So you think, oh, okay, cool. And then, of course, the second stint comes about. Well, okay, let me just talk about the second stint, but do you want me to talk about the second stint or no?
No. You know what? Let's just get into it, yeah. Let's just talk about Lando versus Oscar and the divergence of strategy, yeah. So you just broke it down a little bit at the beginning and basically said he was given the offer of one stop. He thought it was ambitious at the beginning because if you were gonna decide to do a one stop, you need to go long on the first stint, right?
Correct.
So
yeah.
Then Oscar asked about a one stop after he's already boxed, right? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah. Rough. Yeah.
And then he said
lap 25. Yeah,
that's gonna be lap 25 because you ain't doing hards from lap 25 because other drivers. Who was it? I think Ocon or somebody like that did a long ass stint and he died.
55 laps
he died
on the hards.
Last 5 laps, he died. He was cool, and then literally, man dropped like 6 positions. Yeah. So obviously there was it's not like the old days where there's a cliff on the tires, but there is a point where your tires going to give up.
There's a little where
you're going to be slow. You know what I'm saying? I think that was Lando's first stint on the mediums. By the end of it, Charles was catching him. He was getting cooked. You know what I'm saying? Man dropped 5 seconds in like 4 laps. But so the one stop is no longer on the table from that point.
After the pit on lap 18. So basically, Oscar was basically asking, can I do 52 laps on the hards? And then his injured Tom Salazar like, probably not, mate. Probably not. But then again, if that was going to be on the table, they probably should have discussed that between, to say, lap 10 to lap 15, whether it's going to be a one-stop or 2-stop. Because then if you say, okay, let's do a one-stop, then he knows, okay, manage your tires to about lap 29, 30, 31. Cool. if you're going to commit to the 2-stop, you've already committed on lap 18, cool. Then you tell Oscar to push from when he asked from lap 25, if you weren't pushing already, to lap 45, 50. Then he goes on to does the third stint. I think the thing what messed Oscar up a bit is there was too much pivoting on the start of that second stint of whether he should manage or whether he should push. Because really and truly, why is Oscar asking to do one stop after he's already pitted on lap 18? That's what my issue was. There should have been a clear strategy before Oscar even came to pit stop. It's going to be a 1-stop or 2-stop. Not we're going to switch or whatever, because that doesn't make any sense. You've already pitted that early. Why are you then going to be like, do you think we can stretch these hearts out to lap 50 odd? For 50 odd laps? That doesn't make any sense to me, because then that just fucks up his race.
You know, one thing I've clocked, especially from last year to this year, is that Oscar's race engineer asked way more questions than Lando's one. Yeah. That's the difference now. Last year, Lando's one was asking bare questions. You don't ask bare questions anymore. He just says, we're going to do this. Yeah. Or this is the strategy, right? Stallard kind of just like, let me pose this question. Let me give these options out. You know what I'm saying? When in reality, you should be kind of seeing what's going on and saying, okay, the tires look okay. You want to keep going.
Yeah, this is where the issue is. That
Oscar's response all the time is ambitious. He's not going to always say, I want to do a 1-stop. He'll say ambitious, or I might be. You wouldn't ask him about 1-stops. He's like,
yeah, you know I'm not sure. Yeah.
So you need to tell him, you can do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and this is this is the thing as well, because he said before the race in the meetings, we're going to do a 2-stop most probably. But if you was going to entertain a 1-stop, that should have been discussed before he pitted first, because you can't pit. You can't be on 7-lap old hards and then be like, with 45 laps to go, and then be like, maybe you can do a 1-stop. No, that doesn't make any sense. You're just ruining your own race, and you've got no chance of winning, or you've got a low chance of winning. Let's say no chance of winning, because obviously your track position and whatnot. So, I think this is an issue with McLaren as well. Yeah, I think their engineers need to be more stern and say, "Hey, this is the plan. I'm sticking to it. Only in special circumstances, like let's say you pick up front wing damage, you have to come in and then you're at the back, or you qualify really badly, or safety car, something happens, then you may have to change strategy. Don't change strategy when you've already pit to do the 2-stop. You can't turn out to 1-stop. That don't make any sense. I know Oscar don't like managing. I know Oscar don't like doing all this management shit.
Oscar's always going to say no.
Exactly. It doesn't make any sense to me. This is the issue with McLaren. Yeah, there's just too much of passing the buck, I like to say, rather than like standing on business of we're going to do this and that's the end of it. No, it's too much of let's give the driver some options. You've got more data than what the driver has. Yeah, the driver can feel the tires and say, the good, yeah, the bad, calm. But how are you then saying, Oscar, maybe we should try this, maybe we should try that, or that's a bit ambitious? No, should tell the driver straight. Lando, so Will and Tom should have told Lando and Oscar straight, we're doing the 2-stop. That's the end of it.
Yeah.
Whether you might want to undercut each other or whatever, we're doing the 2-stop. That's the end of it. There's not, because now this is the second time that they've done basically a split strategy, because they've done that Spa, with Oscar. Yeah, and Imola as well. So they've done that Spa, they've done like Imola, where they're putting one of the drivers in a precarious position. Because really and truly, if we're keeping 100, Lando shouldn't have been on a 1-stop. He wasn't that far behind that he could just do a 2-stop and let it rock. Because you're compromising Oscar if you're doing that 1-stop. You're not just targeting Charles. Say, we're gonna get a 1-2. No, you're actually compromising Oscar. Forget Charles. Forget if he drops off or if he doesn't. You're compromising Oscar. So you can't then say, we're not trying to cause an entity battle when you clearly are. You don't know
the result of the 1-stop though. Nobody knew the result of the 1-stop at that time. He was racing Charles. Lando weren't in it. Lando can't even get past Russell. He was out of it. They were like, let's try to get Lando on the podium. Let's try to get him out of the Russell.
No. For Lando, I feel like it makes sense where, cool, he's that far behind Charles Piastri. let's throw him on an alternative strategy and see what happens in it. If he gets on the podium, cool. If he doesn't, it is what it is because you're in fifth, you've got enough to lose in it. So, and for him, it worked out in the end. Innit? So I get that side of things. It's more of the whole, you man just do what you want. How you man feeling? You man good? Cool. Then you can put on your tires. I feel like we've seen before with McLaren, especially because you've got two younger drivers. I feel like a lot of time needs to be a bit more stern, a bit more. We see this data here. We see the optimal strategy at this point of time is a two-stop strategy. If you're feeling okay, boom, you should do that early in the race before. And if you want to change to a one-stop, then we could do that. Not when Matt's pitting and then, how about I can longer my tires because 50 laps you're saying now, even then during the race, it's not going to last. Or if it's going to last, he's going to fall off at a point, especially if Piastri where he's going for the lead. Yeah, cool. Norris can just do whatever because he's further back now. So there's not as much jeopardy there per se. And this is before Leclerc had his own issues as well. So
for me, the error on the pit wall was for Oscar when they realized, when they clocked that Charles, we're gonna beat this guy. It's fine. You know what I'm saying? When they boxed for hards, the first time they boxed for hards, they should have just went long. And then they'll have a tire offset at the end. Do you know what I'm saying? They made him drive out of his mind, cook the tires, so then he has to box for hards again, if that makes sense. He had a 14-lap tire door. He could have had a 20-lap tire door. He could have to the point where it would have just breezed past him. Do you know what I'm saying? But that stint was too short. If you're seeing Lando going to the end on those tires, why are you boxing off those hards immediately? Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm getting from? Because you started on mediums. So Oscar started on mediums, boxed, went to hards, right? You don't need to have that stint short, that middle stint. He could have just carried on going and then boxed at the end and had fresh tires.
Yeah.
But at that point, in that stint, it would have been apparent that you're not racing Charles anymore. You know what I'm saying? The second Lando boxed, was it lap 30, whatever? And this brother was doing fastest lap, like 15 laps in a row. You should realize, okay, you're not racing Charles no more. Look how easily he cleared Russell. Everybody around him was doing a two-stop. He did a one-stop. And because he was in clean air, that's the reason why he was so fast. So your job on your side of the garage is, I need to get Oscar in clean air. Not let him do a two-stop bare dirty air.
Yeah, that's what he was asking for as well. Yeah. He asked twice as well. I want to be in the best position to beat Lando. He asked that at lap 40 and he asked that at lap 45. He asked twice, bro. So why
should have stayed on the tires and then box later?
Exactly. Because Tom said box on lap 45 to cover off Charles. They were still thinking about Charles on lap 45. They were still thinking about Charles back then. And he just said, I don't care. I'm trusting you. Yeah, that's the issue. Oscar was trusting Tom. Give me the best chance to beat Lando or to win. And he didn't do that. Because you're right, they actually should have extended on the middle stint rather than to cover off Charles. Because if they extend on the middle stint, then you would have seen the drop-off.
The drop-off would have been crazy because he would have been on fresh tires. And if he didn't make the move, he has to hold it. Because he would have been on super fresh tires compared to that.
Exactly. And he probably would have had even a better chance to overtake Lando. Because probably by the time he got to Lando, he was on like 2-3 laps left. Yeah. So the peak performance of the tires has already declined. Yeah. So he hasn't got enough delta to even overtake, man. He's having to do Daddy Rick, late lunges, dive bombs, and hope for the best.
That was
I'll tell
you this right now. Of all the Oscar overtakes, that's the most inshallah overtake I've ever seen. That was never happening, bro. Man just said, yeah, fuck it.
He knew it.
Do you know what? To cop and bail, yeah? It's because he did it on Charles and it worked. So we thought, I could do it to Lando. So I will cop him a bit of bail on that one. But yeah, it was inshallah for the best. Yeah,
because I think he did it, and then he's like, oh shit, Norris braked bare late, bro. Because Charles braked early, innit? Norris braked bare late, and he just started turning in. And he was like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that was the most just like F it.
Yeah.
Second to last lap. I need to do something.
Yeah, second to last lap. Yeah.
I get it though. So I'm not even mad at it because obviously it's an 8-point swing. But yeah, this is poor from pit wall, man. I can't.
No,
lie
but
to you, bro.
this is okay. So one thing I'll say now, yeah, I think now, looking at the season on a whole, now that nobody else is going to be involved in this, it's just going to be them two, yeah, that they're going to be very dependent on their side of the strategy, on their strategist and their side of the team. You know what I'm saying? If your guy is weak on strategy or he's not up to it, the driver's going to suffer. And that was a decision. That was decision making on Piastri's side that was effing up, and they weren't making the right choices, and they weren't looking properly. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even saying that Norris's side did a good job, whatever. They just said, F it. They did the Hail Mary, bro. They had no option. They're just like, fuck it, we might as well. We're cooked. We can't even overtake Russell on the track, bro. So we might as well do a long thing. And then obviously it plays into her. If we talk about Norris, one guaranteed strength for his is that this guy will keep a tire alive forever and still have something. You know what I'm saying? And the other side of the garage should know that if this guy's going to do a one stop, we need to find our best way to catch this guy or have the best tire offset possible. Do you know what I'm saying? They did neither of that because Oscar was flying on the last stint, but he's not racing a tire muncher. He's still going to have some pace. So I think in that race, I think Oscar did nothing wrong, and he lost the win.
Yeah,
I think his
I feel it was all in strategy. All in strategy. I feel like he left it way too late as well. Like I'm saying, he had like 5 laps where he was closing on Lando, which is way too short of a gap, in my opinion. Way too short. Yeah, cool. He's off. He was on DRS in front of Lando, but it wasn't enough. If it was over 10 laps now, then yeah, I feel like there could have been a lap where Oscar would have overtaken Lando, but the time needed was just they left way too last minute, and by that point, the tires were falling off. So yeah, just unfortunate where the pace was there, just the timing. What's it? Right place, wrong time in it. Just the timing was just off in it.
It all goes back to qualifying as well, because if Leclerc's not there, none of this happens.
Exactly.
That man got distracted by Leclerc, bro.
Exactly.
You got distracted by Leclerc.
It's not even that. It's just that, unfortunately,
I think they got scared.
Fucked them up.
Richard, I think the first stint got them shook because they thought that Oscar was just going to take this guy out first stint. I'm going to overtake this guy because we've got the pace advantage.
Yeah, because they thought Charles was fair.
And then they radioed Oscar and said, can you speed up, whatever. Maximum speed. Man gained 2 tenths. They said, okay, what's going on? Ferrari's cooking. And that effed up the whole race from that point. Because they just assumed that Leclerc's going to be that fast for the whole race. When in reality, if you're really on Piastri's side, all I care about is, even if I finish second, I just want to finish ahead of Orlando.
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't even care about the race win. But they were gunning for a race win and got distracted by the shiny object. You know what I mean? The funniest thing is, if it was the other way around and this happened to Lando and then Oscar was on a one stop, they'll be like, oh yeah, Lando's engineers, the strategy team fucked up. And Oscar's side cooked.
Really, truly.
That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
They're going to be at the whim of their own strategy team. Because you got the same car.
That's it. Yeah. Because it's not like the one stop was exclusive to Lando. Beerman did a one stop and pulled it off. Alonso, who else? Bortoletto, even Lewis did it. Obviously, didn't work out for him. But Beerman pulled off one stop. It wasn't like this exclusive strategy. Yeah, it's just a case of doing. Fuck it, do your thing, bro. One stop. What happens, innit?
And like you said at the beginning, if Norris didn't have that situation at the start, and he was right behind Oscar, they'll be on the same strategy. And then there's no way. This is what used to happen back in the day, Rosberg and Hamilton. Yeah, if they're now right next to each other on the track, they're on the same strategy. They're not allowed to diverge. It's only when they had cars in between and whatever they could do their own thing. But if they were like second or third or first or second, they were never allowed to do different strategies.
Yeah,
and that's my policy. I believe that if these men are next to each other, they have to do the same strategy. There's no way.
Yeah, agreed.
Right? If Oscar's 8th and Lando's 5th. They can have different strategies. They can do whatever they're doing. But if you man are 1-2 or 2-3, you got to have the same strategy. For fairness. Because you can see how much strategy can influence your race, bro, in the same car.
Exactly. Especially with a track that's so tracked, with track position is key.
Look what they did last year. They did it by accident. They weren't even thinking.
I don't think that was. Okay, let me know.
You don't think that was an accident?
No.
Bro,
Bro, why would you pick
he's
Lando
now
if he's a
radio.
P2?
Bro.
Why?
Yeah.
Bro.
It doesn't make. Do you not know the other course?
Listen to the radio. Listen to the radios. Listen to the radios last year. Yeah? They were radioing about Hamilton like 15 times before that. They were scared about Hamilton, bro. In third. Same way you just saw them get distracted by Leclerc, these men were distracted by Hamilton. So don't think that these guys are just not incompetent, bro. They're incompetent, bro. There's nothing big brain. Yeah. There's nothing big brain about it.
I gathered that, bro. Don't worry.
So in 2024, you might think, oh, this is big brain. This is just a thing to get Lando in front. No, bro. They were looking at Hamilton, bro. Same way they were looking at Leclerc. You know what I'm saying? And do you know what that is? That's that last year's one was midfield mindset. Because why are you looking behind you, bro? At least this one with Leclerc, he was in front of you. So I get it. If he was distracted. But last year was like, oh, we need to look at the car behind me. Brother, Hamilton's 9 seconds behind you, bro. What are you talking about? What are you scared about overcuts for?
Oh my god, man.
But so Richard, give us your final rant. You want to save Oscar? Take it to AM.
Yeah, I've had enough, man. Mark Webber won't stand for this, you know. I'm telling you now. He won't stand for this bullshit.
Mark Webber ain't about his life, man. He got cooked by Vettel, man.
He literally
got cooked. You saw it. You was on Vettel's side.
Yeah, he did.
That's what's the thing about
he did, but
Mark Webber won't stand for it. He got cooked, bro.
But you know what, though? He got cooked himself, yeah. But he's not going to see his driver get cooked again. No, the ones where he's like, that happened to me. That doesn't happen to my younger. Doesn't happen to to Oscar.
No, but you don't understand. You understand. Red Bull was so blatant with it, with Vettel.
Oh no, it was bait. It was bait. What happened?
They were literally saying invert positions, bro. That shit ain't happened this year. They said invert positions with Lando's behind Oscar. Ever.
But to be fair, Mark, though, he knew that it wasn't his team. He knew that, boom, this is Sebastian's team.
Webber was there first.
He was there first, but he wasn't their driver.
He was their driver. They bought
but he came for Williams, before,
he was the foundation.
Jaguar, and then, but obviously Vettel was the project child, didn't it? But I get your point, though. He was there first, but Vettel came in, and then, yeah.
I think it was just ageism, I'll be honest with you, but yeah.
So Oscar, Richard, you said Oscar needs team orders in his favor from now on, or go AO. You don't want to see no race.
Team orders? No, I don't think he needs team orders. I just think there needs to be a hard answer from Zach Brown to say, are these man competing against each other? Like in terms of to the point, like you let them race on track, cool. But is it a case of we can diverge strategy? Or
it needs to be clear now.
It needs to be clear now in terms of, are these men allowed to diverge strategy, or are they just allowed to have the same strategy in race? If you have the same strategy in race, I'm cool. Once you start diverging, when you know it might get techie, that's when I have an issue with it. And also with the race engineers, they need to be more clear in what they're saying. Will Joseph, I can't lie to you, 80% of the time, he's just doing weird salad. I'll be so real with you. Will Joseph is doing up weird salad, bro. He's talking like that set man on Twitter who just yap, bro. He's not being
the blue ticks, unlimited ticks.
Yeah, engagement farming. That's what he's doing on the radio. He's engagement farming, bro. I don't want to hear a man on the radio say, "Oh, papaya rules." Oh, remember who you draft for. I don't give a fuck, bro. I do not care to hear for this, bro. Say to man, speed up, slow down, 1 stop, 2 stop. Give man clear, concise information. I do not want to hear, "Oh, you know who your daddy is, Zach Brown." I don't want to hear none of that.
No, but you have to understand
right now.
These men are short.
Come on, bro.
These drivers are short.
Oh man.
No.
But why are they short? Why are they short?
I'm trying to tell you the McLaren ethos. Yeah. These men have been trained and been told you are a fucking employee, bro. If you
the engineers
or the drivers, you are the same as everybody else, bro. If you think you could diverge whatever, you're gone. If you think you can ignore team orders, whatever, you're gone. Big man thing. This is what these men are on. Zach Brown firing IndyCar drivers every other day, bro.
Yeah, but that's IndyCar. That's the wave day, bro.
Bro. What I'm telling you right now.
Switch man in and out, and look at Taylor.
Right now. Okay, let's say. I'll say this right now. If you know last year Hungary, yeah. If Lando stayed in the lead and won the race, he won't be there right now. He won't be.
You think they would have fired him?
Yes, they would have got rid of him.
I don't think they would have fired him, bro.
They would have got rid of him, bro. They would have got rid of him.
And they would have sabotaged his car so that Oscar won clearly the next race, bro.
They would have.
You would have fired him, man.
They would have got rid of him, bro.
That's
crazy. I'm telling you right now. These man are patterned. Stella has got these man patterned. They can't be moving out of line. McLaren are basically saying we control the drivers. This is the team. It's us. We control what you lot do. So if you crash into each other, do it at will to will, bro. The one time, yeah, everybody talks about like I don't know these near misses with Oscar and what happened with Canada and stuff like that, and then obviously Lando said my bad immediately. The time that they got cooked was Monza 2023. Their man were going will to will, hitting each other. Yeah, these men got absolutely flamed. They were flamed to the point where they didn't even go will to will for a year. They didn't go near each other for a year, bro. So wait and see. If they go will to will and hit each other, just wait and see. I'm just telling you.
No, I remember
they're patterned, bro. They're patterned by the team, bro. They're patterned by the team.
Oscar needs to T-bone Lando, man. I've had enough of this shit, bro. I've had enough of this shit, bro. This is what the streets need, bro. Enough of this nice
entertainment, bro. This is what I was saying, bro. Your drivers.
I'm a neutral, man. I'm a neutral.
Bro, I want Oscar to win.
By driving before.
What?
Kwame, have you ever seen Richard disemotional by driving?
Nope.
This is passion.
I actually haven't. I get it because that's his driving it, and his driving.
That's my son, bro.
Point now where you
that's my son.
21. It's true. The 21 point gap. It's so.
I just covered the face.
Haven't got a clear driver where they can just
It's like Alpine, bro. I don't like Alpine. Who likes Alpine for Kwame, man? Him and even Alan Prost don't like them, man. It's just him and look at the mods. I don't even know he's Alpine, man. You know what I mean?
Oh, the mayor, he's gone, man.
Yeah, that in my man. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
where do you see this going? Kwame? Do they stay teammates for the next 2 years?
I think they'll say teammates. I think they'll say teammates. I think they'll say teammates. To be fair, I don't see any crash like that. I think the ethos in McLaren, like even Zach Brown on the comms saying like, "Hey, they're not gonna do anything but crashing each other." Seeing the way Piastri was looking up when you're trying to dive bomb, and that was a near miss as well. Obviously, we'll see how close it gets to the wire in terms of gap between Norris Piastri. So if it's final race of the season, Abu Dhabi, and there's they're joint on points, then I can see a minus happening, let's say, for example. But up until then, I don't see much changing. And also, because it's so close, if Piastri got the win, so went to 24 points ahead of Piastri, then I could see a lot of the calls maybe going towards his favor. But because it's only now 9 points gap, I think it's going to be the same-ish until there's a clear drive ahead, which I don't see happening. I see a lot of back and forth between the two because, like I said, it's depending on strategy at the moment.
I was looking at the calendar, yeah. Like post Miami, yeah. From Monaco to now, yeah. Bro, Oscar only won 2 races, man.
Was it?
He's only won Spain and Belgium.
Yeah, Belgium. Yeah, he's right.
How many?
I was like, no wonder why Lando's still hanging around, bro.
That's 1-3.
He's 1-3.
Yeah, Austria, Silverstone, and Hungary,
and Monaco.
For Monaco. Oh, clean Monaco, then 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Oscar's coming at the start of the season.
Yeah, Oscar cooked at the start of the season. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what built him the points buffer. You know what I'm saying?
And you also need to remember that he finished 9th in Australia. So it was only 23 points down.
Yep.
From the first race. That's what people forget.
That race, I said, this is good. That's peak. That will count. That
will count.
One guy finishing first and one guy finishing 9th is going to count in AD.
This is why they're so close now. Because
That's
even
a
if he
big boy
finished
drop,
P2, calm. Australia P2, calm. Because he finished 9th, that's why it's so skewed. And then there's other, bullshit.
I don't think Lando DNF'd in Canada as well, so that kind of, I guess, negates the 2
the
points.
thing is, when Lando DNF'd, Oscar didn't score that much points. That's why it don't really matter.
You come 4th in it. Yeah, I came 4th, so yeah.
But yeah, in closing, anyway, Oscar and his 6 wins, bro. Out of 9. This can't go to AD. This will get scary. This will get scary. Because I tell you now, one of these men will team with each other to win that championship, bro. This won't be This will be AD 20. This will be West AD 21, bro.
Richard, I'll tell you this, yeah. Lando's already crashed into Oscar, even though he said my bad and whatever, and he took full responsibility on it. Oscar's still got one in his pocket. He's allowed.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
He just needs to know when.
He's allowed to do one, and he's not going to get cooked for it. If he does it twice, then he's going to get into issues.
He just needs to know when to use that trump card. That's it.
And that's what he tried doing.
He nearly wasted it.
That's hungry
in the last race.
Yeah.
He's
teasing it. He's like, he's teasing it. You know what I'm saying?
I've only got one of these.
Yeah. Vegas. This is on the strip. He's going to get him.
Let me tell you about Vegas. McLaren are going to be fucking ass in Vegas, bro.
That's the good time to T-bone him.
These men are going to be on the straight P6, P9, fighting for their lives, bro. No straight line speed. They're cooked, man. I'm scared. I'm scared of Monza as well. I'm scared. They're the 2 races I'm scared of, bro.
Oh.
Windy Vegas and it's cold 10 degrees. It's over.
It's Drover. Yeah, man, be Drover.
But yeah, Richard, I think you should be calm. Title's in the back. Don't worry about it.
I'm a concerned dad, man.
I said. This is a very important year for Oscar Piastri's legacy because you cannot have 3 losses in a row to Lando Norris as your record. You can't join the greats. I'm sorry.
I agree.
Your gold jacket's waiting there. You can't go Hall of Fame if you got 3 losses. No matter what happens afterwards, you can't have 3 losses to Lando Norris on your CV, bro. This is why Danny Rick's not on the Hall of Fame. He got cooked. Mm-hmm. They stripped that jacket off him immediately, bro.
Well, I'm sad, man.
Same for Carlos Sainz as well, man. You might come in gas on Carlos Sainz around me as well, man. For the same reason, man. Even though,
hey, that's another driver that's going through depression and people are not clocking. Carlos Sainz is going through real depression, dude. He's like, why am I down here with these man? It's like, you know them times where you're driving an S-Class, you're living life, private jets. My man's on the bus, bro. He's like, what?
That's Abdul Ali in the GLA, man.
Bro, this guy's on. He's on the 136 bus. He's like, what's going on? I was just in a Ferrari, bro. That's pure depression, bro. The guy's getting clarted off the track by Gasly, bro, in midfield. I'm like, bro, I used to drive up front. I literally used to drive up front. I was in top 5 no matter what.
I know he's fuming over the Ferrari.
That's livid. Bro. That's livid, man.
Yep.
Man was working at Goldman Sachs. Now he's at a call center, bro. He's livid.
Hey, you know what? You might try and be shameless and get that in 2027. You know.
What do you mean?
I don't think Lewis is going to stay beyond 2026. I think next year will be his last season, no matter what.
So you think he's?
That's Berman's, man.
That's Berman's seat.
Oh yeah,
that's Berman's seat, man.
Nah, but it depends how if they think Berman's cooking like that. If you don't think he's pulling up trees like that, they might get Carlos back. Carlos said he won't mind going back. So watch the space, man. I'm telling you. Because if Williams are not going to be a front runner, yeah, and that Ferrari seat's there, bro, why not spin the ball? Why not?
He's dying for a front running seat. Have you seen his interviews? I don't know why Red Bull didn't pick me.
We know why.
Like, I don't know.
You know why, brother.
I don't know why Mercedes didn't put me in the seat. I don't know why. Bro, the guy, he can't comprehend what's going on right now. Science.
Sounds cattle, bro.
He's like, why am I fighting for P15 with Gasly? I'm getting rammed off the road. What's going on? I used to win races, bro. I won the last Ferrari race. I won the last race for Ferrari in Mexico. They ain't won since. 9 months ago. You could have a Ute from now.
Yeah.
That's 9 months ago, bro.
That's crazy.
Talking about Ferrari. Russell gave some fantastic insight after that race. regarding the drop off of Leclerc, and because Leclerc was mighty fast in the first stint, as we alluded to, he was probably faster than McLaren's, and then in the second and third stint, he dropped off and eventually finished. I don't know, was it 10 seconds behind Russell, which is insane. I don't know how you go from first to 10 seconds behind Russell.
20 seconds behind Russell.
Are you mad?
Yeah,
42 seconds off Lando Norris.
Yeah,
He was in the lead, brother, in the first stint, and in the middle of the second stint, he was in the lead. What were we doing there?
He even worse. Yeah, he was closer to Alonso than he was to Russell. Alonso was 16 seconds behind him, 17 seconds behind him. That's how much
Alonso was purposely driving the race slow.
Bro, he was doing Trilly Train, bro. He was having the time of his life. I'm seeing 20 seconds behind. I'm thinking, yeah, he's having
that was insane.
Bottle just clocked me. He said, all right, I know where I am now.
Yeah,
I know where I am now. I'm in penitentiary. Alonso penitentiary.
For both to New Year, if I try to overtake him, I'm getting dropped from my management.
That's what I'm saying. So basically, I'm trying to find the actual wording itself so I don't get misquoted. But
I've got it.
You got the word. Okay, Richard, you're prepared, man, because I've got it here, but it's in Spanish and I don't want to read it.
Nah,
I don't know why I found Spanish version of it. VPN cooking me, man.
Exactly thing I saw as well, bro.
VPN's cooking me, man.
All right, I've got the exact quote here from Mr. George Russell. He says, "I saw how slow he was, so I presume something was not right. The only thing we can think of is that they were running the car too low to the ground and they had to increase the tire pressures for the last stint because they were using the engine mode that was making the engine slower at the end of the straight, which is where you have the most amounts of plank wear. He's not going to tell you that they're close to being illegal. That's the only thing we can think of based upon the lap times and engine mode." There we have it. From Mr. George Russell.
Kwame, what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, bro, it's a bit sus, isn't it, man? It's a bit, all of a sudden fly fast and then, they jump off. Look at that, yeah. George is Mr. Driver Association, so, I trust him in it. I trust him with his words. I trust him with his sources. I trust him, being the Randall snitch that he is, isn't it? Freddie V also came out as well saying, he's talking about energy management originally in the hybrid system. I am out talking about chassis issue as well, that they found quite strange. It's a lot of, I guess, I won't be surprised if it's something that will come back in the future, not to haunt them, but something that, they'll investigate and they'll come out and say that something could be broken in the chassis, whatever. But yeah, that once they had, that filled me with joy. I can't lie. I don't even hate Leclerc that far like that, but just seeing them question out like that, and Richard Georgia still got past him as well. So,
Richard, is the Ferrari illegal?
Is the Ferrari legal? Yeah, probably not. It's just that we can't prove it unless the FAA check after every race. That's all I'm gonna say. Because if they're still having these plank weight issues, what? They were having them last year too, I think there was as well. And they still haven't solved it. Then, yeah, that kind of maybe explains why the Ferrari was good for a certain period of time yesterday, for at least the first two stints. Because how is that you're in contention for the win for the first two stints, and then the final stint you finish 42 seconds behind? That I don't think I've ever seen that before. I'll be honest with you, bro. That amount of drop off,
unless you have damage. You know what I mean?
Well, supposedly
there
was chassis damage allegedly.
Chassis issues, isn't it? But
you didn't go off. You didn't make any mistakes. So tell me
didn't go off. You didn't have any crashes.
This is the rhetoric that I managed to see, but I don't know if that's true. But hey, maybe the cop and police. I don't know. But all I know is that Ferrari ain't legal, baby. And hey,
the only thing I saw him doing was he was trying to break, under turning, obviously when Georgia overtaken, but nothing we saw, should point to a physical damage of the car that would lead to him dropping down in pace. So, yeah, it's all a bit strange.
Yeah, and talking about Leclerc, we saw some dodgy stuff. The terrorist, the mask is slipping,
Ooh.
Richard. The mask is slipping. People think this guy's a clean driver, but me and you, we've been aware of this for a long time. That him and Verstappen, cramp twins.
Mm-hmm. Two cheeks of the same arse.
So I think Russell wasn't a bit happy. He moved under braking twice. People are saying, "Oh no, it's just because of head loss." Or that. When they know that he would just do that anyway, head loss or not, he would have just done that.
Yeah.
He did it. Exactly. He did it with Verstappen in Spain on the straight. Verstappen became head loss because if the terrorist antagonizes Verstappen, you're gonna get anger.
Yeah.
So he got a penalty after the race. What did you think of the move?
Well, I've seen on board of Charles. Bro,
I know what onboard you're talking about. This guy's taking a piss.
Bro, I'll give it to Leclerc. He's deadly good at tricking people to think he's a nice guy. He is a little twat on the low. Bro, he looked in his mirror 3 times before making a move on the braking. Not once, not twice, 3 times. Tres. And then he said, you know what, I'm gonna let me stick it on him. Bro, that was high level terrorism. Even Verstappen would be like, oh, fair enough. I like that. This kind of reminds me of me. Something, but brother.
Man watched Verstappen Austria 24 game tape. Man said, this is how I moved on the Lando. This is how I kept on moving on the braking. Leclerc, do it to Russell.
Bro, this is high level terrorism, man. I'm telling you now. I think he did it twice as well.
Yeah, he did it twice.
Yeah.
And then Russell complained and said, get the stewards on it. Russell's so funny, man.
Whoa.
He's so funny, man. Bro, he's like the complaint section on the Reddit or something, man. Just complaining about shit, bro.
That's the mod, man.
Someone has to take a look at that.
Karen Russell, man. I gotta respect it.
Any advantage is like, yo, you gotta have a look at that. And then he did it again. The fact that he did it again is insane, man.
Bro. What was even the penalty you got? I don't know what penalty you got.
Got 10 seconds. 10-second penalty.
10 seconds, bro.
You should.
That's why he finished so far behind, because he got 10-second penalty. He didn't actually.
Yeah, so you're right, it was 10 seconds. Yeah, 10 seconds.
You should have got a draft through, man. I'm telling you now.
Too late, though, innit? It's too late, man. At the last lap.
No, it was lap 63 that he done the shit. He should have got a drive through immediately, bro.
Okay.
I'm telling you.
Lando Qatar penalty. That penalty is crazy. That man had him in the pit lane for 25 minutes, bro. Said you got to hold it.
Yeah. Nah, it's disgraceful. I'm telling you now. This is why I want another Verstappen Leclerc beef, man. We need that. That little dosage of 7 races 2023. I need more of that, bro. Because this is what you see. You see high level terrorism, bro. You'll see these man clots in for every race, bro. I'm telling you now. And it'll be world class television, bro. I'm telling you. But yeah. Shout out Leclerc, man.
This is why you need title battles between drivers from different teams.
Yes.
Yep.
I agree. The same team that doesn't bang, man. Well, Russell and Lewis banged. I mean, sorry. Rosberg and Lewis banged. But
did it, though? There were some years where it didn't bang.
Yeah,
what, 2015?
So them years when Rosberg was just getting caught.
2016.
2016 bang.
2016 banged, and that's because Rosberg had to tap into something psychological to kick in. That's the reason why I went next level.
Man,
like 14, there was some racing, obviously, wall to wall and stuff like that. But then most of the time, Rosberg was getting packed.
Yeah. Bahrain was a manga. Bahrain 2014.
Bahrain, yeah, that was one of the first races. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like when it's other teams, this is where you could do terrorism and nobody says anything.
Yeah.
Them man were doing terrorism and going back to Toto, and Toto's cooking them.
Yeah.
Nobody's cooking you if you do terrorism. Have you seen McLaren's attitude to Piastri when he does terrorism to other cars? They don't care. When it's another driver, they don't give a shit.
You're not jumping out of your own team, so you're going to
get another team. They don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, Leclerc Verstappen. I would like to see it 1 year, one title battle between the two.
Man, I'll pay good money for that. I'll fly out to a race. I want to see it. Monza, something Austria.
We saw a taste of it in 2022. but there weren't really terrorism happening though.
Yeah, 23. It wasn't really.
22,
Yeah,
actually.
it was a bit too nice.
It didn't need to get.
And then
that far
at some points, the
but-
Ferrari was just quicker than the Red Bull. And then at the beginning, like Australia, there was no beef, man. Man ducked out.
Yeah, I remember that.
But yeah, Verstappen, man, P8 got leashed by a Racing Bulls.
Yeah,
Red Bull
Lawson,
finish, man. Don't gas up Lawson, man.
But what you have took him though?
This ain't the time, man.
No. I'm not even going to gas up stocks or anything like that. But he overtook him. Obviously, Verstappen got him back, but he got overtook by his ex teammate.
Boy, 72 seconds off the lead was happening now.
I prayed for times like this, bro.
I prayed for time. Just Red Bull institution, man. Midfield team, man. Hold, man. Jaguar, man. Hold that.
Listen, Mechia is moving a bit mad, yeah.
Get that. Mekias is a mid. He is a midfield team principal. You know what I'm saying? They are morphed into Jaguar F1, bro. Jaguar F1 had a cold livery. You get me?
True.
But
true.
they are forming. They are forming into that, bro. And I'm happy.
I mean, I feel like with Verstappen, he was struggling with the tires. I feel like with the medium tires, and then, I mean, I feel like his race just started poorly just from the poor qualifying. To be fair, I mean, qualified P8?
Yeah.
I feel like,
and then he dropped back quite a lot at the beginning. You know, he had a bad start.
Yeah, he dropped back. He had a bad start, and then he had to do a recovery drive. But it's just been a poor weekend for them. I'm not even going to talk about Yuki because that guy was fighting at the bottom. Pretty much, he didn't make out into Q1 as well. So
how many pit lane
just a poor weekend around?
He's class Frankenstein, bro.
Mate.
He's never qualified and raced in the same spec car. They're doing like Frankenstein overnight. That man don't get Saturday nights off, bro. Pit lane starts every night, you know.
It's meaty, man.
They're finished, man. Go back to Jaguar Racing. Go hire Bobby Rahal, Pedro De La Rosa. You're done. It's over. All right. Anybody else on the rest of the grid that you guys wanted to point out this weekend?
Yes. Me, Aston Martin. P5, P7. P5, P7. Pulled off the one stop. Lovely Alonso terrorism. Thank you, brother. I appreciate your contributions. You made a dairy entertainer. Yeah. So we finally cooked. We look good in quali, man. We look good. I think we bought a new front wing. I think that's what we did. And we was, that's what we did, and we was cooking. I was like, even Alonso, I was like, car's kind of sick today. We don't get it. It's far. We was at the back, and now we're cooking in Q3, and then we're in the points, comfy. So yeah, man. Hopefully this keeps up for the rest of the season. If it doesn't matter anyway. It's a tanking year, but yeah, nice bit of chunk of points. Bortoletto, another one of my sons. Best rookie on the grid. Saying right now, best rookie on the grid, bro.
Is he better than Hadra?
Listen,
they had a title beef last year.
I'm shooting early. I'm saying him right now. He is.
You said it last year. You said it last year. No title battle F2 between them two.
Who won, bro? My son won, bro.
Because someone stalled on the line at the last race.
Skill issue.
Obviously, Bortoletto was cooking,
I see the way my own ass, bro.
Saab was cooking though. No.
Yeah.
That man got bloody podium, for goodness sake.
Yeah. You're right. We see the whole we witness history, bro.
Exactly.
We literally witness history. Crazy work. But yeah, Sauber are probably the best midfield team now, arguably. I'm honest with you.
Aston Martin or Sauber right now.
Yeah. Between us two, yeah.
Sainz must be sick. Man had that Sauber seat sewn up. They were begging him. They wanted to give him 100 mil, bro. He was like, nah. Go Williams.
Hey, I've been saying, bro, just got Audi. I've been saying for him, just got Audi, man. You know, you've got a guaranteed, constructor seat there. They'll get money, they'll invest. I've been people here really, but not so. They've got guys there, man. But man is like, hey, let me just go Williams and trust Mercedes engine that comes in next year.
Yeah, so to be honest with you, I get why at the time he made the decision why he would have picked Williams rather than Sauber, because Sauber just looked hopeless and Williams looked all right. But in hindsight now, yeah, he should just went Sauber, man. Especially with them turning into Audi. But he needs to hold that. He needs to eat that, bro.
He needs to hold it.
He needs to eat that, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm just shouting out Bortoletto, Aston Martin. Lawson did pretty well as well, to be fair. Yeah, that's it, man. Kwame, you want to shout out the rest of the grid as you usually do?
Colapinto, 1 lap down. Gasly, 1 lap down. 18th, 19th, hold.
No,
don't kill me.
No, we had to think, man. We had to think of a Colapinto. To be fair, qualifying was actually quite fast. To be fair, P14, so he got out of Q1. That's an improvement for him in it. Ahead of Kimi, which I think says something there. Kimi's another driver who's been struggling in this European phase, which I need to investigate more before I launch something. And I know George Russell's his teammate as well, and I know George knows that car inside out. But that's one driver who I'm looking at. I'm a bit sus,
He finished in the points, bro. He gained the most positions in the race.
Hey, but like I said, man, before, man, is it every day? Listen, you got your P10, you got your point, cool. But I'm watching. I'm watching. People gonna say it's nasty. I'm watching. I'm watching.
Leave my Wonder Kid alone, bro.
No, he's him. But I'm watching. I'm just watching. I'm just watching. I'm just investigations will be launched.
What are you saying? Honeymoon period over, yeah?
Hey, we'll see in it, man. We'll see how it goes throughout the year, innit? But these past few races again, it's his first year in it, and he's a rookie, so it's gonna be a bit of just a bit in it. But
we're devising a fraud watch list for this summer, obviously based on the season so far. We will be releasing that before Zandvoort, so watch out for that. Driver of the weekend, guys.
I will go first. So it was a toss-up between Bortoletto and Alonso, but I'll give it to Bortoletto, man. P6. And very impressive, bro. Very impressive. Even though obviously he was behind his manager, so maybe there's conflict of interest there. I will just copy my manager and more shit like that. But I don't care, man. It was an impressive drive, man. A very mature drive. When of course he had some struggles at the start of the season. And yeah, man. As I said, I'm saying it right now, best rookie in the grid right now. And yeah, so I'm giving it to Bortoletto.
Do you remember when we at the beginning of the season when we said who's going to score points, Alonso or Bortoletto? Because they were the only guys that didn't score points. That were left.
Look how time's changed now.
And then they're 5th and 6th. Hey, forward changes quick, man.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you.
Kwame?
I hate to give it to him, but for a guy who on Friday, is complaining about back pain, complaining about spine pain, to now, I'm thinking, his unk actually washed, but he did his thing. I'll give it to Fernando Alonso. Ex-Enstone guy, caught hero in that. He held it down. He held his own this weekend, innit? And he showed why. He's that main guy in the team. So yeah, best of the rest of the day, and just had a comfortable drive. Good one stop for them as well. Good strategy. They did their thing.
My driver of the weekend is Russell. He just does it, man. Most podiums outside of McLaren. How's he doing it, man? That car took like 5 races off. That's how much of a stinker that car was. Second, they put the old suspension back on the podium again, man. Cooking, man. Stinker of the weekend, Richard.
Ooh, stinker of the weekend. I might actually give it to what?
I thought he was gonna do it.
Well, who?
The GOAT.
No, I wasn't going to say him. I wasn't going to say him. I'm tied up between Yuki Tsunoda and Alex Albon. I'll probably give it to Albon, actually, yeah. Qualifying dead last and finish P15, still behind your teammate. Yeah, that ain't it, bro. And the honorable mention Yuki Tsunoda, bro, it's not looking good, bro. It's not looking good at all, bro. It's not looking good. So yeah, they're my stinkers of the weekend, man.
He qualified a 10th for Verstappen. Yeah. And then they're not going out. He was. you know how insane that is, bro?
What a howler! What howler!
If I asked Perez or all these men to qualify a 10th for Verstappen, they'd be like breathing like a dog, bro. They can't do that. Man did it, and then they're not getting knocked out anyway. That's insane. For me, no, Kwame. We just think of the weekend.
I hate to doing that, but I'm gonna give the Pierre Gasly still. You got out qualified by your rookie teammate who's been struggling on. Well, he's one that pays to be third and pretty good, but yeah, he out qualified you. Yeah, raced you as well. I'm just have to give it to him still.
My stinker of the weekend goes to Kwame because he made us do a pod on Monday rather than Sunday. So, guys, if you are getting in late, it's because of Kwame. Kwame is giving me permission to say this.
I won't say this early in the pod, but there's a few technical difficulties, so I couldn't apologize to you guys in it. So bad in it. We're here.
This what happens when you're bloody doing gun fingers to West Side Gun, bro.
Also, my my stink of the weekend was Ferrari because they got hit with a McLaren dummy. They boxed because they thought McLaren was boxing.
I forgot about that,
bro. They fell for it, bro.
God, that was too funny.
They boxed Leclerc earlier. I was like, you are stupid as hell, man. You heard of McLaren radio, you boxed. You're so dumb, man. The pit crew came out and they went back in at a cuppa. You got cooked, man. I ain't seen that work in ages. So just for that, not even the illegal stuff, the legal card, all them things. Just how can you fall for a box dummy? Howler. Thank you everybody for listening to the Hungarian Grand Prix review. If you are listening on Spotify or Apple, please give us a nice review, give us 5-star, share. If you're watching on YouTube, please give us a like and subscribe. If you're on socials, follow us on socials, Insta, TikTok, X, everywhere. We're there. We'll be back. It's going to be summer break, but we're going to be around. We've got some pods lined up. So we'll catch you next time. Peace.